Over the last decade, the gaming industry has faced a lot of problems, to massive failures of live service games such as Anthem, to predatory microtransactions coming from companies such as EA. We've also seen activists try and weasel their way into the industry, such as Anita Sarkeesian and Zoe Quinn, though they did fail in the process. Unfortunately, they did pave the way for other companies to go and rise up in their place. Yes, we are talking about Sweet Baby Inc. Sweet Baby Inc. has basically gone from being an unknown consulting company to practically being a household name because of a curated list on Steam. Now, this curated list was created by Cabrutus. Shout out to Cabrutus, you are doing God's work, sir. And all it does is it just lists all the video games where Sweet Baby Inc. was a consultant on. Now, this list of games that Sweet Baby Inc. was involved in went viral, and it sparked a very negative reaction from the company. And never mind the fact that all these games that are listed on this page are on their website. In reality, this is nothing different than what Libs of TikTok does. This is all publicly available. All it's doing is it's bringing awareness to it, which is obviously going to be the problem, at least for Sweet Baby Inc. Sweet Baby Inc. was founded back in 2018 by CEO Kim DeBlair, who is one of the co-founders.
Sweet Baby Inc. is a narrative and consulting studio based in Montreal and working around the globe. Our mission is to tell better, more empathetic stories while diversifying and enriching the video game industry. We aim to make games more engaging, more fun, more meaningful, and more inclusive for everyone.
And by culturally enriching, they mean taking the f*** out of your game. And one of the games that they caused to be a massive flop, I'm sorry, I really meant culturally enriched, is Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. And as you can see, what they did is that they provided script writing for banter, cutscenes, barks, and audio logs, etc. WB admits Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League has fallen short of expectations. Well, that looks like it's a big whoopsie on Sweet Baby Inc.'s part. From day one, the game was a critical disaster. It hoisted a red flag by not sending out review copies. But when the dust settled, it had a 60 on Metacritic. A horrible score for a AAA game, one that has led lesser studios to shut down entirely in the past. It's true that the player scores were much higher across PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam, but that did not translate to meaningful player numbers. The game peaked at 13,459 players on Steam, half of what Marvel's Avengers did, a tenth of Outriders. Marvel Avengers being a game that was largely abandoned by its developer after 2.5 years. I never saw it rise higher than the top 20 in Xbox most played game list. The only place it seemed to do reasonably well was on its marketing partner system, PlayStation, appearing as a top game at launch there. And ultimately, I think this does highlight one of the biggest problems with live service games, because once the server is shut down, your game is pretty much useless at that point. I don't think I'm going out on a limb here when I say Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League is probably going to be relegated to the bin in less than a year. Which is a shame considering that Rocksteady used to make some damn fine games. And as they say, you get woke, you go broke, or in this case, broker. Now, if you are not familiar with Rocksteady, they're the gaming company that was responsible for creating the Batman Arkham games, which were absolutely amazing. The other reason why Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League is such an abomination is that this is Kevin Conroy's final performance before he died. And this does take place within the Arkham universe, which is a complete travesty. Now, another game that Sweet Baby Inc. worked on was Alan Wake 2, where they worked on character arcs, voice, and sensitivity reading. If you are not familiar with what a sensitivity reader is, they are somebody who will go and read your book, your video game script, or your movie script to make sure that you're not being offensive or racist. In reality, it is just another limit on creativity, imposed by somebody who thinks they know better than you. Simply put, they are nothing more than just word police. Back in 2015, Sam Lake, who is one of the writers and directors over at Remedy Games, made this post. FBI agent Saga Anderson and Alex Casey hard at work looking for missing writer. And as you can see, well, Saga Anderson is very much a white woman. And as you can see, this character is vastly different from what we got from the final product, and I'm pretty sure that has something to do with Sweet Baby Inc. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you, I find a bit on the peculiar side. You know what? There are some similarities between all three of these characters that I simply just can't put my finger on. Yeah, not really sure what it is. Now, one of the individuals who is most vocal about Kabrutus's list is Maya Felix Kramer, a consultant for Sweet Baby Inc. And to show you what a small world this actually is, Kramer served as a board member between 2016 and 2021. And to further solidify my point, Kim Belair was also on a Feminist Frequency podcast, so they all have connections to one another.
The other part of this is it doesn't matter if you tell them the truth. They think DEI just steps in and changes the whole games. The creators are forced by some unseen hand, the government, BlackRock, I guess, as well as POCs in general, to make games more inclusive?
Let me think about that one for a moment. Yeah, the game was totally not changed. And these bullying and blackmail tactics have never been used before on the gaming industry, right? Oh, wait, that's actually not the case. As Memology 101 points out, Anita Sarkeesian made this post back in 2019.
Hey, CD Projekt Red. I'm always available for consulting because it sure sounds like you might need it before the whole of the internet drags you for what sounds like some sort of potential sexist representations, which we all know you struggle with in the past. Yikesies face.
And Kim Belair never said anything like that either. Oh, wait.
If you're a creative working in AAA, which I did for many, many years, put this stuff up to your higher-ups. And if they don't see the value in what you're asking for when you ask for consultants, when you ask for research, go have a coffee with your marketing team and just terrify them with the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want.
That's right. If your management doesn't give you what you want, go to the marketing department and scare the ever-living shit out of them by suggesting the fact that, well, your company might be racist, sexist, misogynistic if you don't go and hire Sweet Baby Inc. or other companies like them. Oh, that's right, the anti-woke side, we're just making shit up without any proof, except there is a ton of it. According to Kim Belair, she has worked in the industry, and I always have a very simple question. If these people see a deficiency in their industry, why don't they go and create something themselves rather than latching on like a parasite to force their activism on these companies? Well, the answer is very simple. They know if they go and create something, it's going to fail. These people do not know how to create anything. They only know how to destroy. And so they go and latch onto these companies, forcing their activism upon them. Now, are companies like Sweet Baby Inc. solely responsible for the woes of AAA gaming? The answer is no. But what they are doing is they're helping them race to the bottom and ultimately lose more money in the process. And as we saw during Gamergate, God forbid the fact that I have to bring it up, when you go after gamers, they're going to come after you as well, because they're not going to take your shit. Anyway, folks, that is my take. What is yours? What are your thoughts on Sweet Baby Inc.? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that big old thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, go and hit that subscribe button. Check out my next video coming up, and I'll catch you next time, folks.